Marg Helgenberger's story begins far from red carpets and studio lots, in the steady, open-hearted rhythms of small-town Nebraska. Born Mary Margaret Helgenberger on November 16, 1958, in Fremont, and raised in nearby North Bend, she grew up surrounded by cornfields, close neighbors, and the kind of community where everyone knows your name. Life moved at a gentler pace, shaped by Friday night football games, school events, and family dinners. There was nothing flashy about her early years, and that simplicity would later become one of her greatest strengths. The grounded confidence she carries on screen can be traced back to those formative days, when character mattered more than status. Unlike many who dream early of fame, Marg's childhood ambitions were modest and evolving. She was curious, creative, and observant, traits that would quietly prepare her for a life in storytelling. Nebraska gave her stability, perspective, and a sense of identity that Hollywood would never take away. Family values and everyday lessons. Marg was raised by her mother, Mary Kay, a compassionate school nurse, and her father, Hugh Helgenberger, a dedicated meat inspector. Their home was built on hard work, kindness, and accountability. From her mother, she absorbed empathy and patience. From her father, discipline and resilience. These weren't abstract virtues, but daily practices, helping neighbors, finishing chores, showing up on time. The Helgenberger household valued education and responsibility, and Marg grew up understanding that success was earned, not handed out. There were no industry connections or shortcuts to stardom waiting for her, only encouragement to pursue whatever path felt meaningful. That grounding shaped the way she would later navigate the entertainment world. Even after achieving fame, she remained approachable and thoughtful, traits that colleagues often praise. Her upbringing taught her that integrity outlasts applause. Those early family influences quietly formed the backbone of a career defined not by scandal or spectacle, but by steady professionalism and grace. Discovering a love for performance. In high school, Marg's creative instincts began to find direction. She joined the marching band and played the French horn, learning the discipline of rehearsal and the exhilaration of live performance. Music gave her confidence. Theater gave her voice. School plays introduced her to the magic of stepping into someone else's shoes, of telling stories that could move an audience. Yet even then, acting was more a passion than a plan. She enjoyed the spotlight, but didn't yet imagine it as a career. Those teenage years were less about ambition and more about exploration. Performance taught her teamwork, timing, and emotional awareness, skills that would later define her acting style. She discovered the quiet thrill of applause, not as validation, but as connection. Looking back, those early experiences seem like gentle nudges toward her future. At the time, they were simply joyful parts of growing up, seeds of confidence planted long before Hollywood entered the picture. Academic beginnings at Kearney State College after high school. Marg enrolled at Kearney State College, now known as the University of Nebraska at Kearney, where she initially considered following in her mother's footsteps into the medical field. College was a period of self-discovery. She balanced academics with practical responsibilities, including summer work at her father's meatpacking plant. The experience was demanding but humbling, reinforcing her respect for hard work. During this time, she also stepped briefly into broadcasting, working as a local weather reporter under the name Margie McCarty. Standing in front of a camera to deliver forecasts gave her unexpected media experience and sharpened her on-screen presence. It wasn't glamorous, but it was formative. College broadened her horizons and challenged her to define what truly excited her. Slowly, the pull of performance grew stronger than her earlier medical ambitions. It became clear that storytelling, not stethoscopes, captured her heart. Finding her calling at Northwestern University, recognizing that her passion lay in the arts, Marg transferred to Northwestern University in Illinois to pursue a Bachelor of Science in Speech and Drama. The move marked a turning point. Surrounded by serious theater students and dedicated mentors, she began refining her craft with discipline and intention. Northwestern provided both rigorous training and a supportive creative environment. She studied voice, movement, and character analysis, discovering the technical foundation beneath natural talent. The experience strengthened her resolve to pursue acting professionally. Importantly, she chose to complete her degree before fully stepping into the industry, demonstrating a maturity that would define her career decisions. Northwestern didn't just polish her skills, it affirmed her identity as an artist. For the first time, acting felt less like a dream and more like a calling. Armed with education and confidence, she prepared to enter a competitive world with quiet determination. First big break on Ryan's Hope. Marg's professional breakthrough came when a talent scout encouraged her to audition for the soap opera Ryan's Hope. In 1982, she landed the role of Siobhan Ryan Novak Dubujak, stepping into daytime television with both excitement and poise. Soap operas demand emotional stamina, long hours, and rapid memorization, an intense training ground for any young actor. Marg embraced the challenge wholeheartedly. Over nearly 4 years, she developed depth and resilience, learning to sustain complex storylines with authenticity. The role introduced her to national audiences and established her as a promising new talent. Yet even as opportunities expanded, she remained focused on growth rather than fame. Her time on Ryan's Hope was foundational, teaching her the rhythms of professional acting and the importance of consistency. It was her first real taste of recognition and proof that her leap of faith into acting had been the right one. Expanding horizons in primetime television. After leaving daytime television, Marg sought broader creative challenges. She appeared in guest roles on popular series such as Spencer, For Hire, Matlock, and 30-something. Each role allowed her to explore different genres, from crime to courtroom drama to character-driven storytelling. Casting directors quickly noticed her reliability and emotional intelligence. She brought sincerity to every performance, whether the role was brief or recurring. These years were about steady progress rather than overnight stardom. Marg built her resume one project at a time, earning respect within the industry. Her ability to inhabit diverse characters showed versatility and range. By the late 1980s, she was no longer an emerging talent but a seasoned professional, ready for a defining opportunity that would elevate her career to a new level. Breakthrough success in China Beach. That defining opportunity arrived with China Beach, the acclaimed ABC drama set during the Vietnam War. Marg portrayed K.C. Koloski, a complex woman navigating survival, ambition, and vulnerability in extraordinary circumstances. The role demanded emotional courage and nuance, and Marg delivered a performance that resonated deeply with audiences. Her portrayal captured both resilience and fragility, earning widespread praise. In 1990, she won the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series, solidifying her place among television's respected talents. China Beach allowed her to showcase dramatic depth on a larger stage, proving she could anchor emotionally demanding material. The show marked a turning point, not just in recognition, but in confidence. Marg emerged from the series with a stronger artistic identity and a reputation for powerful, layered performances that lingered long after the credits rolled. Transitioning to film with confidence. With television success behind her, Marg stepped into film. She appeared in Always, directed by Steven Spielberg, demonstrating subtlety and restraint on the big screen. She later took on roles in The Cowboy Way and the sci-fi thriller Species, where she played Dr. Laura Baker. These films showcased her range, from drama to adventure to suspense. Marg approached each project with professionalism and curiosity, embracing new genres without losing her grounded presence. Film acting required adjustments in pacing and expression, and she adapted seamlessly. Her performances continued to reflect emotional honesty, even in high-concept stories. By the late 1990s, she had proven herself not only as a television standout, but as a capable and compelling film actress. Defining a generation on CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. In 2000, Marg began what would become her most iconic role, Catherine Willows on CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. As a sharp, determined forensic investigator, she balanced authority with vulnerability, creating one of television's most memorable female characters. The show became a cultural phenomenon, influencing public interest in forensic science and crime-solving careers. Marg's portrayal earned multiple award nominations and deep audience loyalty. Over more than a decade on the series, she infused Catherine with intelligence, warmth, and resilience. Her performance anchored the ensemble and helped define the show's tone. Even after departing in 2012, her impact remained woven into the franchise's legacy. CSI wasn't just a hit series, it was a defining chapter of her career and a testament to her staying power in a constantly evolving industry. Advocacy, personal life, and enduring legacy. Beyond acting, Marg has devoted meaningful energy to advocacy, particularly breast cancer awareness inspired by her mother's experience. In 1999, she and her former husband, Alan Rosenberg, founded a celebrity fundraising weekend in Omaha to support research and treatment initiatives. Her philanthropic work reflects the compassion instilled in her early years. Marg later embraced a new chapter, marrying Charlie Hawk in 2022, while remaining devoted to her family and community roots. Through decades in entertainment, she has maintained a reputation for professionalism and integrity. Her journey, from Nebraska to Hollywood, demonstrates that lasting success can be built on humility, preparation, and heart. Marg Helgenberger's legacy is not only in awards or iconic roles, but in the quiet consistency of her craft and the generosity of her spirit, inspiring audiences and aspiring performers alike.